Cuplikan dalam video ini mengandung informasi dan edukasi. Ditampilkan dengan konteks penjelasan dan additional point of view. Let's check it out.
Tour title in 23 years when she lifted the trophy in Chennai last November. Competing now in her scripts to be written, I would have thought as well. Maybe another chapter in Tjen's stunning ascendancy that she has been producing over the last 12 months or so. But Yastremska, fond memories here, as I mentioned, with that decent run in 2022 when she made the quarterfinals, when it was a
Dayana Yastremska
500 event.
Ready? Play. Love 15. $50. $30-15.
Well, I was in the commentary chair for Yastremska's opening match last week in Doha when she played the Spaniard Cristina Buxa. She raced into a 5-love lead in the opening set of that one.
$40-15.
And even though she came through in the end in 3 sets, it was an extremely hard-fought encounter. Needed a last set tiebreak to get over the line in that one. She won the decisive breaker by 7 points to 5.
Out. 40-30.
But yeah, she looked to be motoring against Buxa last week and then suddenly just hit the wall after losing her opening game in that first set. Having held a 5-love lead, she eventually took that set by 6 games to 4.
Deuce.
And the other thing that was noteworthy as well, Yastremska, in winning those first 5 games in that match against Buxa last week, she held to love in her first 3 service games as well. Then just seemed to just go completely off the rails.
Advantage, Yastremska. Game, Yastremska. First game.
Well, not quite the hole to love that I was mentioning a few moments ago, but Yastremska no doubt satisfied to get off the mark in that one. Yeah, it was bizarre. She held to love in her first 3 games last week against Buxa. and was then broken in each of her next 6 service games. As Buxa responded to level up the match. Was then broken a further 3 times in the deciding set as well. Strange encounter all in all. Yastremska in the end losing to Elina Svitolina, winning just 5 games in that one in the second round.
Janice Tjen to serve. Love 15. B15 all. Fifteen 30. Thirty all. Forty 30. Game 10.
Yeah, nicely managed
One
by
game.
Tjen. This week competing in her third 1,000 tournaments. First was in Beijing at the end of last year. She also competed in Doha last week. It was there where she claimed her first match win at this level.
15 love.
Beating Beatrice Haddad-Meyer 6-love, 6-1 as well, before losing to Iga Swiatek in round 2.
Out. 30 love.
Stunning return.
30-15.
Really nicely timed on that forehand. Yeah, just stretching into that one, using the angle effectively as well. Just starting to find some range now. That forehand just seems to be clicking into gear.
Yeah, 30-40.
Yeah, that sliced return by Tjen on the second serve really taxing Yastremska in many ways. Yeah, nice switch of angles again from Yastremska.
Advantage, Yastremska.
Well, a powerful ground stroke and a powerful serve, turning things around for Yastremska, saving the break point.
Game, Yastremska.
Yeah, once again, Yastremska extended on serve. Navigating a couple of juice games, but heading back to the chair with a 2-1 lead in the first set.
Time.
Well, this is the 26th staging of this WTA event. The defending champion Mira Andreeva, who beat Clara Tauson in last year's final to claim her first 1,000 title, went on to claim Indian Wells, of course, later in the season.
Love 15.
Yeah, looking a little bit perplexed. The call was slightly late. Maybe just lending to Tjen's confusion.
Love 30.
And that double fault may well prove to be a springboard here for Yastremska.
Fifteen 30.
Well, two monster serves getting Tjen back on terms in this one. Yeah, and another big serve out wide, just creating the opportunity this time. Yastremska on the stretch, on the forehand, but off balance for the follow-up. This time she was able to read it. This could be the feature of the match for Yastremska. May well have to be able to capitalize on these second serves, because there are signs that Tjen on the first serve might be difficult to break down.
Advantage Tjen. Yes. Advantage Tjen.
Well, no doubt many Indonesian eyes will be on this one. Once again, Indonesia's #1 player, new sporting hero. Oh, just catching that near sideline.
Yes.
Blistering forehand winner this. That was tied. Once again, that's intelligent play by Yastremska.
Advantage, Yastremska.
Just may have had a quick glance, good peripheral awareness here from Yastremska. Maybe just a glance there to see where Tjen was heading. Break point.
Deuce.
Deuce number 4.
Advantage, Tjen. Game, Tjen.
Yeah, fine margins for
2 games all.
Yastremska, brutally illustrated. That was a real battle for Tjen on serve. But on we go. 4 games played, 4 very tight games as well. And that was the longest of the lot so far. 4 deuces. Yastremska squandering the break point, but Tjen coming through in the end.
Thieves enough. Thieves enough. Thirty, 15. All.
Well, she enjoyed that one. Little wonder. Threatening once again on the Yastremska serve.
Let the service. Thirty 40.
Well, she had the break points in game 3, couldn't convert on that occasion, but she's back in the mix once again.
Game 10.
Yeah, all about just putting any sort of block on that return of serve. It was
games to
enough
two.
to force the error as well. And after 4 very tight service games, Tjen gets the early break to lead by 3 games to 2.
Time.
Well, this is a tournament that has had a real mix in terms of its winning nationalities. The last 8 editions have been won by 8 different players in a sequence stretching back to 2018. 3 of those last 4 winners, by the way, and 4 of those 8 were unseeded, so why not? The likes of Tjen, Yastremska, plenty of others may well feel as though this is one that could be there for the taking.
Final.
A player, though, who just developed such an immense winning habit last year.
Love.
The feel-good factor that she must, I think, still have. I mean, okay, she started to find out that playing week in, week out on the WTA Tour might be, or will be, a very different proposition, but there's no substitute for winning a competitive match in the way that she did so many times.
40 love.
92 matches that she played last year. Tjen winning 77 of those 92 matches that she played in 2025.
Let the service. Forty 15.
Tjen competing in at least one final at every level of the ITF World Tennis Tour last year. Winning 6 as well, winning 6 titles, including 5 on outdoor hard courts. So her pedigree is strong on this surface.
Game, Tjen.
And that's
Tjen leads.
a much smoother ride compared to the first two. First couple of service games were fairly intense, especially game 4 where she was extended to 4 deuces, but that was more like it for Tjen. 3 games on the spin now for her.
15 love. Out. 30 love.30-15. $40-15. $40-13. Game, Yastremska. New balls, please.
Yeah, Yastremska back on track to an extent. Work to do, however, for the Ukrainian. But I think it was important that she avoided the perils of another deuce game. That's a bit more like it from the world number 42.
30-15. $40-15.
Yeah, nicely managed by Yastremska. May have to do that a little bit more as well. Just really taking on a much more aggressive stance here. She came forward and she finished things off nicely as well.
Game 10. Tjen leads 5-3.
Yeah, and again, just that little celebration from Tjen as well. That was a key hold of serve, just re-establishing that little bit of daylight that she opened up earlier with that break of serve. But yeah, 1 or 2 lessons for Yastremska maybe.
$15-love. $15-all.
And again, the net play was good by Yastremska.
30-15.
Always looked to be in control of this situation. Tjen was on the stretch, on the slide, way behind the baseline. Well, Tjen did so well on 3 or 4 occasions there.
40-15.
But ultimately, no reward. 3 really telling ground strokes from Tjen in the midst of that one. That was an excellent volley just to keep herself ticking over. Couldn't really apply the shorter touch that she was looking for on that volley, though.
40-30. Game, Yastremska. Tjen leads 5 games to 4.
And Yastremska keeps herself alive for now, but Tjen shortly serving for the set at 5-4.
Time.
Well, just that one break of serve so far, and it may well be that it proves decisive because, in all honesty, Tjen has been getting stronger on serve, dropping just 3 points over her last 2 service games, and serving now for the first set at 5-4.
50 love. Love. 40 love.
Well, I said at the start of this game that Tjen was getting stronger and stronger on serve, and this is perhaps the nice way to culminate things for her with a hole to love potentially.
Game in the first set, 10.
Yeah, 3 set points converted at the first time of asking. A strong finish for Janice Tjen, who lays down a very significant marker in the opening set. She takes it by 6 games to 4.
Time.
So the key takeaway from that opening set, as far as Yastremska is concerned, is that she's going to have to really put a lid on these unforced errors. That was
Second set.
largely
Yastremska.
the reason for her downfall in that opening set. Just slightly off balance, but every credit to Tjen for
15.
keeping that one alive. Just hoisting the ball back up into the air, and maybe the angle of elevation on the sun counted against Yastremska on that occasion.
Love 13.
Yeah, I talked about this need to tighten up on the unforced errors, and so far it looks as though the warnings are going unheeded. Very good numbers behind the first serve in the opening set. 16 out of 20 points converted behind the first serve.
Let for service.
But it's whether she can find more consistency on the first serve itself.
Love 40.
Well, the answer to that particular question is not for the time being, no, because another double fault. She had 3 in the first set. Another one there could be costly, and Tjen has 3 break points.
Game 10.
Well, that return left Yastremska
First
rocking
game,
on
second
her
set.
heels. And all of a sudden, this is looking rather ominous, you have to say. The other key difference for me as well was the damage being done behind the second serve as well in the opening set. Tjen winning 10 points out of a possible 15 behind the second serve. That's a really good plan B as far as she's concerned. So the break to love, followed by the hold to love. Real momentum behind Tjen right now.
Theatre love. Theatre
Not quite the perfect 10 for Tjen. 9 points without reply before Yastremska stops the rot with the unforced error.
$30-15.
Well, that was wild, and it was loose from Yastremska as well.
$40-15.
Well, Tjen is starting to be really consistent, both in terms of her ball placement, her accuracy. She's finding these really hard to reach areas, and her defensive work is really starting to stand out as well. Found the line.
40,
Good
30.
instincts from Yastremska. Simply had to go one way here and one way only. There was nothing else she could do as a result of that serve out wide.
Game 10.
But once again, Tjen is able to just pull out the big serve when she needs one. She's done that on 2 or 3 occasions now, and enough to maintain her burst of form in this match, a critical burst of form as well. She's won 4 of the last 5 games. She's really taken a vice-like grip on this one. She's won 12 points out of the last 14.
Love 15.
And I mentioned that match in Doha last week when Yastremska played Buxa. She was broken in the first 4 service games of that second set. Just cannot land any punches on this first serve either.
Love 30.
And the attacking intent, once again, clearly evident from Tjen. Coming around onto that forehand side, rolling the shoulders, and once again the penetration was strong.
Fifteen, 30.
Well, this time she lands the first serve, different outcome. Another clear indication of where things have gone a little bit awry for Yastremska today. Well, not by much. That's so frustrating for Yastremska, and yeah, she looks exasperated. She feels maybe at times things just aren't going her way. She is, I think, largely the chief architect of her demise so far, but things like that don't help. Moments like that certainly don't help. 2 break points. Well, that's what she's capable of.
30, 40.
Once again, it stems from the first serve. She still had plenty to do after the first serve. That's a gorgeous way to finish things off, though. Again, nicely managed, this time off the second serve.
Deuce.
Yastremska showing a little bit of fight and spirit in this all-important third game of the second set.
Advantage, Tjen. Game, Tjen.
That was a tired-looking backhand slice from
leads.
Yastremska.
3 games to love.
Tjen squandering her first two opportunities, but sticking to her task and securing the double break in this second set.
Time.
Well, last week's defeat by Iga Swiatek in Doha was Tjen's third successive second-round exit. So winning her opening match clearly not a problem for her. And it was interesting as well, listening to Swiatek after that match. She made a very interesting comparison.
Love.
Tjen was heavily beaten by Swiatek that day. She only won 3 games, all of them in the second set. But afterwards, Barty compared her to Ash Barty in terms of her decision-making and her quick thinking on the court, which is, coming from Swiatek, very telling indeed.
Love.
Well, once again, it is another point behind the second serve as well. That's another theme that has carried over into this second set. And her strength behind serve has been really impressive, barely giving anything away at all.
Game Chen.
It's the same story.
Chen leads 4 games to love.
Almost a microcosm of the match as a whole there. Tjen picking up a point on the second serve. Yastremska with an unforced error. That has been the tale of this one so far. And Tjen is 2 games away now. And her efficiency on serve, once again, very impressive. Another hole to love.
5 to love.
Five points conceded in her last 5 service games for Tjen. Time and games running out for Yastremska, you feel?
$50.
Oh, it's found a way through.
15-30.
There was even a touch of slice on this one from Tjen as she tried to thread this one down the gap. Looked to be drifting, but yeah, it just clipped the line. More frustration. Yastremska could not believe her eyes. Well, she may have just redressed the balance there.
Led the service.
Oh, it's just wide. That's so unlucky from Yastremska. Such a good attempt. She really had to go for that one as well. And she will feel once again that the tennis gods just aren't with her today. Break point once again. And once again, onto the second serve. Twisting and turning, Tjen inside out.
Deuce.
I mean, Tjen's defensive work has been good today, but even she was powerless to pirouette into position for that one. Oh, this time she gets a little favour.
Advantage, Yastremska.
And this time her aggression's rewarded. She will feel so many of these have just gone against her, but this one was spot on.
Deuce.
Tjen has won the last 5 games. This one's still in the balance.
Advantage, Tjen.
But the probability counter once again just swinging slightly back in the favour of Tjen in this particular game, and this could be the beginning of the end for Yastremska.
Deuce.
Yastremska, just 2 wins from her last 7 matches, a 4-5 record for this season.
Out. Advantage, Yastremska. Game, Yastremska.
Yeah, a little quizzical look at that service line. It was tight, it was close from Yastremska on the serve. But she saves a couple of break points and maybe 1 or 2 signs of encouragement for Yastremska as she keeps herself going, at least for now, but trailing 4-1.
Time.
Well, Tjen still handily placed. She will be looking to just wipe out the memory of that slip up there. Can sometimes play on players' minds when they have a comfortable lead, looking to extend their advantage, closing in on a big win at a big tournament. But she will be, no doubt, focused on the task in hand. 2 breaks to the good, serving at 4-1.
Fish enough.
Another first for Tjen last season as well. That first 1-2-5 title as well at Jinan in China in October.
$30 love.
The bulk of her good work last year was all done in the Far East and on outdoor hard courts as well. Those, well, the 1-2-5 title in Jinan, she had 6 titles on the ITF circuit as well, all of them in the Far East.
$40 love.
6 titles that she picked up as well, all coming over the course of a devastating 8 weeks or so in May and June. Picked up a couple in South Korea, 3 in China and 1 in Taipei. 5 of them on outdoor hard courts, 1 indoor event as well.
Game, Jen.
Oh, just that
New
head
ball,
of steam
please.
from Yastremska. Unable to find the control
Janice.
once again.
5 games to 1.
And Tjen back in the saddle in style as well, you have to say. Back-to-back holds to love. Once again, that efficiency on serve has been so impressive. Just to illustrate the point once again. 5 points dropped on serve in her last 6 service games now.
Love 15.
And given the way she's serving, even if Yastremska comes through this service game, you just can't really see Tjen slipping up now.
Final. Fifteen 30. Thirty. $30-40.
Well, just hasn't been able to keep a lid on the unforced errors, hasn't really been able to keep a lid on the double faults either. The first serve has been a constant problem throughout for Yastremska, and Tjen with a first match point.
Games at Jen.
What a stylish way to finish things off as well.
6-1.
And for a fourth successive tournament, Janice Tjen negotiates the first hurdle It's a second win at 1,000 level this season as well for Tjen, who more than justifies her wildcard status with a statement victory in her first round match in Dubai. She takes it against Yastremska in straight sets, 6-4, 6-1. And as Yastremska beats a fairly hasty retreat to the locker room, she will be in no doubt as to where things went wrong today. Too many unforced errors, unable to impose herself on the first serve. Tjen certainly satisfied her side of the equation as well, no doubt about that. She was really impressive at times, especially on serve over the course of the second half of the first set and the bulk of the second set as well. And let's see what she made of her tournament debut in Dubai. Well, while we await the reaction from Tjen, she will no doubt be elated with how she's played today. The stats will certainly bear it out, especially her service numbers.
Debut appearance here in Dubai, so a great start to the tournament. Just give us your thoughts on the match today.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy today with how I play. I think like playing against Dayana, I think she's a very good, great hitter, and I know like it can be like quick, and I think I'm very proud on the way I stay focused throughout the whole entire match.
Yes, you did amazingly, and obviously you did come into this match as the lower ranked player. So what were the tactics coming in?
I think just like for today, just staying there mentally, just like being focused on every single point really matters a lot today, and I think I executed that pretty well.
You really did. Now, just lastly, you had an incredible year last year. You started at 413 in the world, and you are now into the top 50, which is seriously impressive. What do you put that down to?
Yeah, I mean, it's I'm very happy about that, but I don't, me and my coach don't really talk so much about rankings, but being able to play the best tournaments in the world, I think it's something that is one of my goals, so I'm pretty happy with that.
Well, congratulations, Janice. You are into the second round. Thank you.
Yeah, I think she was rather modest about her achievement there. There were some really strong numbers behind that performance today by Janice Tjen, who on her tournament debut in Dubai is through to the second round, losing just 5 games in the process against Dayana Yastremska. These are the numbers that underpin that performance. 1 hour 18 for Tjen to get the job done. The first serve percentage, very, very handy indeed. The number of unforced errors, though, one of the standout numbers as far as that match is concerned. Yastremska nudging 40 as opposed to Tjen's 13. But the service stats, very impressive. Only dropping 5 points on serve over the course of 6 service games in the latter stages of that one. 8 points out of 8 on the first serve in the second set as well. Wherever you turn, it was all in all very positive indeed for the wildcard. Janice Tjen then going through to the second round on her tournament debut in Dubai. As you can see there, she will face either Ludmila Samsonova, the number 13 seed, or Leyla Fernandez. 4 more matches to come on New Court 1 today. On the way next, a battle of the lucky losers.
Terima kasih sudah menonton video ini. See you on the next video.